Today's class we will see about the history of educational system in India. Why we have to learn the history? Is that the question will come? Never they are going to ask the history, but as a educationalist, as a people, as a nursing students, we have to know what are all the different type of educational system was existing in a pre-independence India, in the pre-civilization, Vedic period, Brahminic period. Then only the nursing leaders can bring how far we are away, or what are all the things we have to do, how the innovations came. That history will help us to promote towards the growth. That's why we have to learn the history of educational system in India. If you take the pre-Vedic period, Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, the man is not getting educated well. Then if you see the Vedic education period, literature was there. Literature was influenced by the religion. What are all the characteristics of educational system? They thought that the knowledge is the third eye. So the education opened the inner eye. Through the educational development, human life will be modified. The good personality will be developed. They believe in that. What is the aims of education? Aims of education purely related with the worshipping of God. Then the formation of a character. Character is given a much important. The end result of the education is a character development. Fulfillment of the public and civic duties. What is public and civic duties? That's why they were learning about like military science and all. They were teaching in the Gurukula method of education. Emphasis upon the Gurukulas. What is Gurukula? Guru is the person where they are getting the knowledge and experience from the Guru. So in the Gurukula, they will be sit and learning. The main intention was the sublimations of the instincts. So the turn away the mind from the materialist world or material knowledge. It's a divine educational system. Spirituality has been given much importance. They were telling the spirituality is the instrument for the salvation. The growth and the character of personality development provide the appropriate environment is the important thing of the teacher to provide the appropriate environment. Fulfillment of duty. They have given much importance to discipline, obedience, protection of national culture. Culture is very important. They were given important. What is the method of teaching was there in the Vedic time of the education? The Vedic three strategies they have called primary place and the central place. The primary place given to the teacher, central place is the student. Student is the center. Students are even much important. And three stages of education. That's main thing is the comprehension, meditation and memory. This is the three dimensions of educational system or three stage you can say. Then Upanaya ritual. Upanaya ritual is performed before the child goes to the teacher. It mainly the age may be 6 sometimes or the 8, 11, 12 is the Brahmanas and Satriyas only getting educated. The other people not given much importance to the education. Then think about the women education. Women education is highly neglected during the Vedic period. Celibacy has been given important. What is celibacy? It's called brahmacharya. There is a purity of contact was regarded of the supreme importance. They have given much importance. And service to the teacher. It is the full responsibility of the student who are in a Gurukula. They have to reside in Gurukula. Gurukula is nothing but under the teacher's control in the area, and the service giving to the teacher is very important, like taking care of their animals and begging in alms, going and taking 3 times food from the people. The begging in alms was not it is not like disrespect or something in during that time. The accepting the aims. So students' responsibility feed the teacher, begging in alms. And then practicality, that's practical based education was given much important during the Vedic period, like animal husbandry, agricultural, sometimes astrology, vocational education has been given important. Then education for the individual, each teacher devotes to the individual attention given. One teacher means what will happen? That's why when you read this Vedic education, when you read naturalism, it will be get along. The Gurukula method is a one-sided psychology. The guru will be the student will develop the guru's personality. That's like and when they are giving center point, when they are giving to the students, the naturalism given important to the students. So once you learn the philosophy or once you learn this history, what philosophy they have followed, it will be so helpful. That's why I'm taking this class. Duration of education up to age of 24. Curriculum will be Vedic literatures, historical study stories, some heroes. You can take Gandhiji, Harichandra story only touched him, changed his personality. He became a hero of our nation. Puranas, Idihasas will be part of their syllabus. Method of teaching: recitation, folk songs, memorization, medications, and correct pronunciation, and discussion about the Puranas, Idihasam, everything they will be discussing. And the relation between the student and teacher, there is a broad, there was a bonding. Teacher will be giving the boarding and lodging. Teacher will think student as his own daughter or own son. They will be taking students' duties, begging in arm and collect the food and taking care of the household activity of the this one. Women education, it was completely, totally neglected during the Vedic period. Daughters are taught at home. Never they come to the Gurukulas to get education. What is the educational achievement? Development, spirituality, education, free and the vocational education, military science has been given. Some medicine also sometimes they will be learning medical trade. So this is about the Vedic period of education. After this Vedic period, there is a education in the Brahminic age. There was not much difference in this one. What is that? Here only the refined development from the Vedic education, little refined, like their Vedas were there. Meditation, comprehension, pronunciation is there. Here will be scripts started. They started to write it. Writing started to develop in the Brahminic age. But dominance religion and caste-based education was same, and the women education still it was neglected during the Brahminic age also. Satriyas and Brahmanas getting education, same thing continued in a Brahminic period of education also. Not much big difference was there. Main objectives of the Brahminic education: self-control, development of character, sociability, social awareness, development of personality, propagation of purity, celibacy, brahmacharya, preservation of knowledge and culture. That's a very important. And then dominance of religion, as I told you, worldly, spiritual, materialistic education, individualism, personality development, celibacy was there. Physical punishment is prohibited. In naturalism also you see physical punishment is prohibited. It's a student-centered education. Method of education: art of writing developed. Oral plus writing developed. Then the Vedic, and the discussion was there, pronunciation was there, answering the question, clarifying their doubt, and grammar, astrology, medicine, so many things have been started in the added upon the Brahminic education. Curriculum was Vedas, arithmetic, geometric, astrology, economic, history, military science, philosophy, everything they taught to the, everything added in the curriculum. Student-teacher relationship, father as a son, father and son relationship. What is the defect? The main defect in either the Vedic or Brahminic period of education, main defect is the dominance of religion, caste-based education. They have done the faith in Vedas, women's education was neglected, and the lack of handcraft and absence of synthesis. It's not in a very lower level. Where is the level of synthesis is there? It's a very high level. They level in the comprehension level, knowledge, understanding, comprehension. They not go further to the synthesis level. So that is the educational system was there in the Brahminic, Vedic and the Brahminic period of education system. If you see Buddha, Lord Buddha, he was a king. You know the story of the Buddha, born as a king, gone as a devotee. The religion started in the India, but it became famous in the neighborhood country. Same way, the educational influence also primary level only in our nation, and the higher level educations were there in the other places, like other country they have to go. In the Buddhist period of education, religion as well as a widely education system, Buddhist monks they were giving primary level educations. There is a worldly materialistic education at the age of 6. Like how we have a Brahminic ritual, here also we have the Prabhaj ritual is there. What they do, the level of education, monasteries, okay, higher level, as I told you, done in a monasteries, Korea, Tibet, the other countries has been given. Okay, characteristic of education, ability of the students to begin at the age to 8, 12, like same like a Brahminic, till 20 year considered as a monk. And the medium of education is a Pali. Pali is the language medium of education. As I told you, Brahminic ritual, Prabhaj ritual is there. Here, what they do, completely the head will be shaved. Little hair will be in the back side of the head. Dressed like a yellow cloth. Sit in the floor. Put the forehead into the feet of the monk and taking the 3 slogans. What is the slogan they will be taking? I take refuge to Buddha, I take refuge to Dharma, I take refuge to Sangha. Obey the 10 rules. What is 10 rules? They will tell: not killing, thieving, theft, improve your contact, use less cosmetic, intoxication, avoid stealing, avoid dancing, avoid listening music. Like that, they have taken a 10 this one. That's why Buddhist, wherever they are going, they will be cleaning the floor. Even that, unfortunately, they should not kill or harm any of the animals also, not only by the human being. Like a Prabhaj ritual, like a Brahminic ritual in the like this one, and another ritual they are conducting, Upsambada ritual. This Sambada ritual at the age of 20 they are conducting, done by the presence of the 10 monks they are conducting. After this conduction of this one the male monks are called the bhikshu, and the female monks is called the bhikshuni. The duration of education nearly 22 years. 12-year Prabhaja ritual, and then another year Upsambadi ritual will be there. Student and teacher relationship, there is a equity was foundation, and this relationship like guardian relationship, there is a very good guardian relationship. Begging an arm also there was continuing, and eating the food 3 times a day. They will go and beg in the villages and bring the food to them. If there is a animal husbandry or farm or something there, or the cultivation is there, the student will be involved in the cultivations also to feed his own guru. Female education, initially it was prohibited, laterly they have granted the admission. That's why we have the female monk is called the bhikshuni, right? Then the vocational education comprehended in writing, agriculture, commerce, cottage industries, animal husbandry, and the elephant roaring, and archery, and the magics, knowledge of animals, sounds. They will predict why the sounds, and then prophecy, control over the senses, bodily gestures, and medicines. Everything they were teaching more better than the Vedic and Brahminic kind of education. Syllabus, if you see, it is imparted by the art and handcraft, military science, training of the animals, geology, scriptures, religious discussion, and worldly spinning, weaving, aesthetic, dyeing, knitting, doing some art and craft work. Because females also there, music, agriculture, animal husbandry, elephant rear, everything has been included in their syllabus. Okay, is that education is good? If there is no defect? Yes, there are some defect in the education system also. Here also dominant by the religion. Women also women came for that, but to be neglected in the initial period. But women has been added in the end of this one. And contribution, what this education system has been contributed in our Indian level. So what they have done, contributed. Primary and higher level education has been developed in this period, Buddhist, and imported the various practical subject has been added, and the formally organization of the educational institution organized by Buddhist period. This are Nalanda big university, Nalanda, Balbali universities and all has been emerged in India, very famous university in India. Set of rules and regulations has been formulated for the higher education, and then test for the admission has been conducted during that time till they are following, providing the new standards in the morality and the discipline. They brought new standards. Defect of the Muslim education, but many things had happened that universities started to emerge, and that's a very great transformational change in the Indian educational system we can see. Next, what's happening, there is an educational system in a Muslim period. How it happened and why the suddenly Muslim period? Because there are many Muslim kings turned towards the India. Education has its own roots of the religion. So what happened? They people came from the Arabic, and Akbar, Birbal, that stories and all you might have heard it. So what happened? That is a Persian mixed language has been come. So all the language mixed, there is with Arabic, Persian language mixed, there is a new language has been developed, that's called the Urdu. So Unani medicines also has become very famous because of this Muslim culture where they come from. Main objective of this education system in Muslim period: propagation of knowledge, propagation of religion, propagation of religion law, worldly progress, preparing the individual for the future life. That was the main objective. Any religion you see, there is a spirituality is there in the religion, in the education system. Any education system, there was a spirituality till then. And then organization of system of education, they started anything they will be telling about Bismillah. Bismillah ritual, they started to do it in the age at the beginning at the age of 4 months, 4 days they are doing. Same as Upanaya Vedic ritual or Prabhaja, that ritual of Buddhist, same they are doing the ritual is called the Bismillah ritual. So Mukta the madrasa and muktab are the two primary level and higher level education. They have divided it. The muktab is the primary school level of education. It is the appendages of the mosque, and main the subject is a Quran and the prayer and namaz. What they have to do, fully religion based education only they are teaching in a primary level. Afterwards they will be going to the madrasas are the higher grade of the education. Here is the syllabus is the history, law, Islamic, Arabic law and Persian grammar, literature, philosophy, agricultural, Unani system of medicine. In the beginning I told so these are all started to learn, added into the syllabus. Method of teaching is the memorization, reading, writing, grammar, arithmetics, individual attention also paid for the each student. And teacher and students relationship, sincerity and then purity. And the low salary has been given. Also low salary has been paid, but there is a very important position has been given for the gurus or the teachers. Teachers has been parental attitude also they have possessed, and the reward and punishment is given, not like the Vedic and other period like that. Rewards and punishment started to give. Medium of education is a Urdu. As I told you, Arabic and Persian languages together started the new language is called the Urdu. So nearly 300 years they were ruling. This system of education was developed, and most of the Akbar what he did, he started to give the governmental post in his in the palace. We are giving who are the Muslims. So people wanted to get a government post. They started to change their religion. So religions also spread in India, and the educational system are differently developed. So afterwards, what happened? There is a British people started to come to India. So the British education started to come. As soon as the Portuguese people, they first put their feet in India, they spreaded also to their religion. Where they spread their religion, they spread their religion among the tribals. Why they spread their religion among the tribals? Because India was suffering from untouchability, caste and greed. So much kings were ruling. So they were like so many small territories, and kings were ruling, and caste based system and untouchability, all these things were become an advantage for the British people to take care of the tribals. Then slowly they started to spread their religion also. What happened? Established the good thing they have done is they have established educational institution. St. Anne College established in 1555 at Mumbai. Trading by the East India Company has come. The East India Company by the Englishman came in 1955. So they helped it, and they also afterwards, with the help of them, 1673 they established a secondary school at Madras. 1698 they opened the schools in Madras, Mumbai and Kolkata. 1715 and 1731 financial aid schools are started to Tanjavur to Kanpur. So then there are many rulers come. Lord Maclay came, Lord Auckland came, Lord Wood's declaration, Lord Hutchinson's declarations. They brought many changes in the educational system. What they have done, the Lord Maclay, he included English as one of the biggest language along with the Sanskrit and other Arabic were existing. So they started to incorporate the English literature. The English became the one of the big language, trade language also. So Lord Maclay also gave the stability to the English educational policy he started to give. And the Lord Auckland like educational policy has again been evolved. And increased educational grant he has been increased, and spent lakh of rupees in that time, spending lakh of rupee for the spreading of the English. So the English become like a cancer, it spread throughout the India. You cannot education and cannot separated by the English once we get to the independence. So Lord Hutchinson's declaration also employment for the people who educated by the English, like how the Akbar did, same thing British also started to do. And another Lord Wood's declaration, what he made it in the great changes in the educational system. He providing the education education was a compulsory government duty. Till then India how it is, only Brahmana, Kshatriyas, these people only were getting education. But education, he brought the rules that provide the education was a government duty. Both the Indian and Western language has been adapted, and the moral development is also the paper of education. Training for the teachers they have given important, how to teach the children they have given, and education or the woman is been incorporated, and the professional and vocational education has been What had happened? This is pre-Indians period. So what happened to the after independence? After independence, if you see the philosophy, you can relate to the philosophy. What is based in the olden philosophy and all, you can see about pragmatism, Vedic and Buddhist philosophy of education will be based on the naturalism. But the thing is, the great revolutionary changes has come once the East West Company came over here. Also, the British Portuguese people has come. This become a very good educational system in India, even currently compared with any other country. So what had happened? They made become the English as one of the language. Once India got independence, when they want to do the new philosophy, that they developed the reconstructionalism philosophy. But what happened when they want to change the educational system in India? It was so difficult to change the educational system in India because English became one of the language, and we always given a caste based educational system. We don't have that much man, money, material to change the total educational system. So English became one of the important language in our educational system. And not only we have to thanks to the British people, not only even railway and other things, buildings, dams, many things they have contributed. That's why till Indians are working throughout the world because of the British came for the ruling. And that's why our English is so good and we can occupy throughout the world we are living. This we have to say thanks to this education system. Otherwise we might be still untouchability and education might have neglected. Afterwards what happened? Ambedkar has come. He brought many educational challenges, the untouchability, all these things keeping in mind. He developed that, and the 30 years something that they have to given some quotas, reservations, so many things they have done in educational system. If you go MBBS exam, that is the SC/STs can take only this much. But the thing is, now that become a political influence. That was a current educational system. That's what happening. So in the current educational system, what's happening? All become a political influence. Ambedkar told it is only 30 years you have to do that, and then you can remove it so that untouchability all will be in the cadre. Now what happened? Before Brahmanas has given importance. Now what's happening? SC/STs get. So who is sufferer? All the middle class. Most backward caste are getting affected. Then what's happening? What is the current educational system in India? So what is the current educational system in India? In the current educational system in India, both private and the government playing an important role. So private and government. So the thing is, there is a very grade. There is a CBSE educational system. There is an international level of educational system, and there is a matriculation level of educational system, and it is all the schools, which is school, the grade of the school, so many accreditation committee. We have got ISO accreditation, we have got NACO accreditation in educational organization. NAC has given accreditation. So according to that, they collect, they are fixing the fees. Government cannot control over educational, become a educational business or educational industry. It's not a education system they have given, it's become the educational industry in this one. So this is what the current educational system, education is being sold out, we can tell it. Comparatively, that's why many of the people are getting migrated to the other country. Canada, Australia, they are going. What they are selling? No, it's very costly for the Indians to give education to the children. If we migrate to the foreign country, our education systems are free, our medical system is free, like that. Okay, India is a good country. I am not discriminating India something. We are moving forward. We have a good knowledge, many positive aspects there in Indian. And Indians are the hard worker. Indians language, Indian brain is highly requested. If you take Google, see all are Indians, especially South, North. Legends are from the North. So this Indian is still, we have to move forward. We have to go back with the technology. So hope you have understand how our previous system of education in India in the Vedic period, Vedic civilization period, before civilization, and Vedic and Brahminic period, Buddhist period, Mughalai period, right or not? And what is the British period, and what is the independent Indian level? If you know this history, next class if I take naturalism, idealism, olden philosophy and newer philosophy, you can relate. So the philosophy and the education is the two sides of the coin. So what philosophy we are fixing, that was the educational system in India. Now there is a question for you. You are the future Indians. So what are you going to do with the future educational system in India? What revolutionary changes you are going to give? How the students are smart? How? Now we are educating the children even in the womb. Before the child born, we are getting admission in a famous schools. So where the equity in education will come in India? What you are the future leader going to do? Bring the equity in educational system. That's all I want to ask. When the Ambedkar fixed for SC/ST, it is going more than 60-70 years. What are we going to do after getting independence 75 years? Which political leader will remove and give equity to the placement on the basis of education? So these are all the questions you have to be their future leaders. You have to answer. That's why you have to read the history of educational system in India. Hope you understand. Thank you.